There he is.
Oh, what's going
There he
on?
is.
Hey guys,
Sorry for the wait, man.
it's all right.
All
Part of
right.
the interview process. People don't
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
really goes on behind the curtain. There's a
I
lot of stuff
know.
that goes on behind the curtain to make these things work and look as good as they do, and as good looking as you guys are too. Wow, good to see you guys.
We're we're trying. I'm trying to keep up with Chastin J.
Oh,
Miles here,
Yeah.
okay.
co-host.
Okay.
Co-host. So yes, Chastin. Kevin, this is the first time for you guys to meet each other. So Kevin resides in Southern California. Where exactly in SoCal?
I'm in San Diego.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You've ever been to San Diego, Chastin?
I have once, long, long time ago.
Oh,
So I
really? So
couldn't tell you anything about it today. It was a
not as an
very long
adult.
time ago. Nope.
So, but you're originally an East Coast guy, no?
I am absolutely correct. Yes, I am. Been out here for about I think it's going on about 35 years now, so I'm considered a native. But
Yeah,
no, my rooting is in New England, East Coast.
yeah,
Yep, I'm originally from Bristol, Rhode Island. It's 5 minutes away from Newport.
yeah. Very familiar with that. I've got a lot of family in Long Island, New York. So we've got family in Rhode Island and Delaware, and yeah, got a lot of family up there on my mother's side.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. You are the Hollywood hypnotist.
I am. I am.
I first of all, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming
I
on.
got a question.
Jason has a question.
No, no. I just want to say, so while we're about to talk about being hypnotized and all that stuff, I
Yeah.
got hypnotized in Vegas on stage like 3 years ago, full on, put on a show for everybody with the DVD to prove it that I'll never let anybody watch. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right. I'm gonna contact Mark. It's Mark Savard.
that was him.
I,
Yes,
I know. I know. He's a good friend of mine.
Wow.
I have access to the video, so
Oh
anytime,
gosh, so yeah,
Tommy,
you will for sure see
you
it.
need
I
that
made it all
video,
the way to the
give
end.
me a call.
Yep, I was the little winner, I guess you can say, at the end of his show, and yeah, I made it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
How did that just happen? Is he the only hypnotist there? Like, how did
No.
that shouldn't have just happened? What just happened between you two?
Well, it's like real estate. Everyone knows each other. It's kind of like the guest you had on today. It seems like everybody knew each other. Possibly have met at a convention, or
Yeah.
you haven't seen each other in a while. It's a very small world. Not only in the work that we do, you as real estate people and me as a hypnotist, but the world is a very small place, and people think it's a lot bigger than what it is, but it really isn't. And so I know who everyone is in my industry, and we're all good friends. And just like you guys, we do a lot of collaboration. We bounce a lot of things off of each other, and just keep it as positive as we possibly can. Because there's a lot of negative that comes with the stuff that I do. Because a lot of people see things on TV or in the movies, and they create these things that are not reality. Because hypnosis is a very, very powerful tool, a very natural, organic tool that we can utilize to change anything we want in our lives.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Um, expand on that. What took you in that direction? Was it an allure? Was it a characteristic or a gift that you saw in yourself? What took you down that road, and how did you arrive as the Hollywood hypnotist?
Yeah, those are excellent questions. I love what your thinking is, Tommy. To start it off, I went back to college to do this as a 2-year program that I found here in California. I was in transition at the time. My original path of career was supposed to be a sportscaster. I wanted to work for one of the local news channels, and eventually came out to Los Angeles. I was working for one of the bigger radio market stations, and that's how you kind of climb the ladder to get where you want to go. Well, there was a big strike. We're out of work, and so when I'm struggling in between, I always want to maximize that time. I never want to waste time. So I always go back into academia, and I found this. I always had a strong interest in it as a child, and thought, okay, let me check this out, because I didn't think any of it was real. I didn't understand it. I was pretty ignorant and naive to all of it. And so I signed up for the program, And what made me a believer is we went on a field trip at one of the world famous hospitals here, which I'm now a staff member, called Cedars-Sinai.
Say.
Yeah. And I watched a complete C-section performed under hypnosis with no drugs, no epidural, nothing. And me and my buddy, we were the class clowns standing in the back behind a two-way mirror, kind of clowning about the whole thing. But actually, when it happened, it was pretty much a jaw-dropping experience. And it was like, whoa. So from that point, I started to understand this natural resource a little bit better. And the first thing that I started doing was stop biting my nails, because I was pretty old at that point. I was in my late 30s, and I was still biting my nails, and it was kind of awkward. So that was the first thing that I did. And then I started making a lot of different changes in my life. Of course, I graduated, opened up my own private practice, and I started to help people with what most of us are known for, which is stop smoking and lose weight, stress, and anxiety. And so I started that way, and then that turned out to be because my work was starting to get well known. And as you know, the best form of advertising is word of mouth. And so the word got out that my success rate was very, very high. So I started to attract a lot of celebrities and sports figures clientele, and we started to work with them. And you mentioned a couple of them that I've worked with to help stop smoking and other issues. And so I became that guy, and I was dubbed the Hollywood hypnotist by, I think it was Access Hollywood. They wanted to do an interview because it leaked, because it was leaked on Jay Leno, because my work is confidential and is private, just like any other therapist.
Okay.
And so, but the celebrity happened to leak the information. And so when they leak it, it's on them at that point. It's not me. And so I got contacted, and the next thing you knew, I was dubbed the Hollywood hypnotist because of my work with all the major celebrities, major sports figures. But that's just not my clientele. I also work with everyone who wants to change something in their lives. I've become branded and known as the Hollywood guy worldwide, and that's all great and everything. But my passion is still in helping people to help themselves. That's what I do for a living. And you guys have been talking about real estate, and I'm surprised this didn't come up, Tommy. So you didn't do your research enough. So I'm going to give you a little slap on the wrist.
All right. What did I miss?
What you did miss was right in your wheelhouse. And I've done a couple episodes, and if you go to my YouTube channel, you can actually see the videos for $1 million listing. And so I've been a consultant for real estate people to help them to, again, gain confidence, learn techniques, learn actual hypnotizing techniques when they're on a real estate call. There's a lot of different things that can happen that you can do to facilitate, increasing your bottom dollar. And so, yeah, that's a lot of the work that I do as well, a lot in the real estate community, because of, again, there's a lot going on with what has to happen with selling a home. It looks simple to the buyer, but they don't really see, just like this particular broadcast, they don't see what goes behind the curtain. There's a lot of people at work. There's a lot of things that have to happen, and it all has to come together to make it work. And so the people who've been in it a long time, like yourselves, those are the guys who are the producers, right? Because you understood along the way, and some of the things you've learned along the way, the hard way. You know what I mean? So why not make it easier and get more tools in your tool bag so you're able to do your job at your maximum performance?
Wow. Yeah. It's amazing, right? We're going to dive into that for 1 second. We have one question from the crowd. Does hypnosis work for anxiety issues, work well with kids?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, positively. I can hypnotize all the way down to the age of 5.
Wow.
And so anxiety, stress, and it's so funny that it just came up. I guess this is my week for dealing with younger adults. I just finished shooting yesterday a YouTube video for a very, very popular YouTuber. I think he's got like 10 million subscribers or something to that effect. And he's like 12 years old, and he had him and all of his friends over, and that video is going to be coming out, I think, in about a week or so. So be looking for that as well. I'm also going to post it up on my social media so everyone can look at that and see how the hypnosis actually works with younger adults. And like I said, it goes all the way down to 5 years old. And I actually have some videos up there now where I've actually hypnotized. I was at a birthday party, 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds, and the parents, and probably like yourselves. I know, Tommy, you have some children, but I'm not sure about.
I don't have any.
Okay, well, when you do, and I don't have any either, but parents realize very quickly, how do I do that? Because they realize that their child is listening. They realize that their child is doing things that they wouldn't normally do if they gave them those suggestions. And so it becomes a lot of amazement as to what you can really see. And over the last 25 years that I've been doing this, I've seen a lot of amazing things as well, with life changes that people have made with this natural organic state called hypnosis. Again, I don't have the power, I don't have the ability, but Tommy, you did hit on something. Yes, I do have that gift, and I didn't realize it. And it's a God-given gift, and I didn't realize that for a long, long time. And then God made this my ministry, because I actually gave this up for a while, and I enrolled in become a pastor because I thought that was my original calling. And I went to seminary school, and I really put this all behind me for a long while, and I really focused and studied on that. Well, God shut those doors, and he ended up allowing this to continue to be my ministry because I reach people worldwide. And so I realized that the ability and the gift that he has given me is for that use.
Wow.
So I think that covers all the questions.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm blown away. You, Chastin?
Yeah. I'm about to like burst with just a series of questions over here, but no, I'm not gonna do that to you tonight.
No. Well, I wanted to ask you for a little demo,
Sure.
or perhaps a walkthrough about some best practices, either that you do personally, or that you would coach one to do to try with, for instance, with clientele or with children. Are those two things completely separate? I'd have to imagine there's some of the same elements than working with adults and working with children.
Tommy, you are amazing. You have some amazing insight, my friend. You really, really do. I mean, it's very intuitive with you. So I imagine you're very, very good at what you do, and you're going to continue to excel to the highest levels. Because you just have this natural thing about you that I know it's not even research. It's just how you think. And so hypnosis is different with everyone. Actually, it's never the same, and there's no pattern in it, because everyone interprets language differently. Mm-hmm. And hypnosis is done with words. I don't get a watch out. I'm not going to get, a spiral out. We're not going to. This is all TV and movie stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you can do it that way. And again, I'm a collector and I'm a historian on the world of hypnosis. So I have a lot of those pieces. And some people want to get hypnotized that way, and that's fine. But it's not necessary or required, because hypnosis is really done with words. And in actuality, both of you and everyone listening or looking at this program are actually hypnotists as well. And let me explain that very quickly, because we all take in suggestion all day long. It's a very natural state. It's called environmental hypnosis. That's why everyone wears the different types of clothing they wear. They buy the different types of houses they buy. They buy the different types of jewelry, because they're all suggestible to different types of products. And a lot of people buy, and I know all of you know this as well as your listening audience, they're not necessarily buying the house, they're buying you. Mm-hmm. There's a large factor in the sale of what is really happening. So you have to gain that rapport instantly upon meeting your client. And that's a lot of the key. But let's get back to the suggestion part. So this will make you laugh, because this is how well all of you are hypnotists. Now, Tommy, I know you're married, and are you married, my friend?
No.
Okay, so no married, no kids. So, but you have a girlfriend?
No, I'm straight single.
Straight single.
Yeah.
He's a tough one.
Yeah.
He's a tough one. But Tommy, you're going to relate to this, because how we take suggestion is, especially you, Tommy, your wife, she tells you to do things, and you're going to do them because you don't want to be sleeping on the couch. You don't want to have that issue. So that's a direct power of hypnosis all within itself.
It is.
And if you're a parent,
Okay.
you're a hypnotist to your child because you're constantly giving your child suggestions as to what they need to do to guide them to become leaders and adults of our society.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true. I'm following you.
Yeah. So that's how hypnosis basically works, and how it's really utilized is I find the sentence structure that your mind understands, because we all process information differently and we communicate differently when we vocalize it. So I find the language that your mind understands, which is your subconscious mind, and then I start speaking to it. And your mind is like a computer. So I'm basically the computer programmer, and because we need experts to help us along our way in life, you guys are expert real estate people, right? So, I mean, I could do it on my own, but I don't. I call somebody up like you if I want to sell my home or if I want to buy more property. I call up the expert. So that's what happens with me as well. I don't have that power. I don't sprinkle dust on you. Nothing magical is going to happen. It happens because I understand the natural organic state of hypnosis and how the applications work. And everyone can do it. It's just how you want to learn it and how you understand how to communicate to that individual.
Wow. Wow. So everyone can do it. I just never thought of it like that.
Right, because all hypnosis is really self-hypnosis. I'm, in this case, when people hire me to help them to stop smoking, anxiety, stress, sell homes better, focus on whatever it is that they want to change in their lives, I just become the guide. I'm the facilitator. I'm the expert.
Wow.
So Kevin, with hypnosis for things like that, like stopping smoking or doing a job better, is it a one-time thing where you do it and then they're forever hypnotized, or is it sessions?
I love you guys. You guys are very in-depth and intelligent. I don't get a lot of great interviews like this because they just don't understand it, and they're still trying to understand it during the interview. But you guys are awesome.
So I know it works.
So here's the thing. It could be one session. It could take up to 6 sessions, depending on the issue that's being presented. So let me give you an example. I had a smoker many years ago when I was just starting out. It was about my 5th year in. And this guy came to see me. He was ex-Marine, pretty rough guy. And he was a 40-year smoker, 2.5 packs a day, and he was smoking Camel non-filters, one of the worst cigarettes you can imagine smoke. So he comes in, and I always have to qualify them with, number one, are you here because of your spouse, or are you here because you really want to be here? Because you'll be surprised. A lot of people give me a call because their family member, their spouse is pressuring them, and it's just not going to work that way. You have to really want to do this process. You have to be open and willing to do it. Well, anyway, he comes in because he really wanted to come in. And he was really kind of nervous, as most people are, with the formality of the hypnosis. Well, I didn't have to go through the formality with him because I detected immediately that he was a little overwhelmed and he was nervous and he was macho and he was trying to prove himself and all this. And I just basically looked him in the eye. I said, "Where's your cigarettes at?" He pulled them out of his breast pocket. He put them on the desk. And I said, "Okay, you're done. Go home. You're now a non-smoker. 40 years, 2.5 packs a day. You're done." It was that simple. He's like, "No way. This is BS. Blah, blah, blah." He's one of those really rough and tough Marine guys. One of the guys you want on the front lines if we're having an issue in our world, right? And so he storms out of the office and I said, "Oh, hey, by the way, give me a call in about a week and let me know your progress." This stuff didn't work. I don't believe this, blah, blah, blah. He gives me a call a week and a half later. And he says, "Mr. Stone, I am so sorry what happened in the office. I'm just in awe right now. I am now a non-smoker. I haven't even thought about picking up that pack of cigarettes. All the cigarettes I had, I destroyed and threw them in the garbage. And I'm a complete non-smoker. And you didn't even really hypnotize me, did you?" And I said, "Well, you think what you need to think. We accomplished the goal. That's all we needed to do." And so there you go. That was one session. But, that's a unique situation. Can it happen to everyone that way? Absolutely. In one session, I stopped biting my nails. But it took me a couple other sessions to do a couple other things I want to change in my life. And I'm still making that evolution because life is an evolution. life is constantly changing. And so I'm continuing to work on myself as well with many different things. And so sometimes it takes a little bit more. But the average is between 1 and 6 sessions for most issues that people are coming in with that they want to change in their lives.
Awesome.
So, yeah, this is. I knew that we'd be getting this information from you. I kind of saw the interview going this way. I'm just so impressed that in this whole about this whole world, because what we see in Vegas, or that's it seems to be like very much like real estate. That's just one part of the whole industry. That's just one
Correct.
part of the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I do both. I do both. As a matter of fact, the reason I got into the entertainment side, well, I live in the capital of the world, the entertainment capital of the world, and a lot of the celebrities and agents, and they kept encouraging me, hey, come out to my party. Can you do a little party? We're having a party this weekend. Can you come out and do some stuff? And that's basically how I started in the entertainment side of what is really happening. But I realized very quickly it was a very powerful side, because that was my first introduction to hypnosis as well back in college. There was a hypnotist who came out. I watched it. I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. And I thought, okay, and I forgot about it. But by the time I became this guy, this board certified hypnotherapist, I started realizing that the entertainment is a very powerful vehicle, because it introduces a lot of people in a very positive way of how this stuff really works. And if it's done with the right person, like my good friend Mark in Vegas, you're having a good time, and you have a positive experience from it, and you walk away being empowered instead of feeling negative or overwhelmed by it. And so that's a great introduction to it as well. Plus, it became a great marketing vehicle for me, because I'm reaching more people with the applications of a stage hypnosis show. And again, done correctly. And I've really designed my programs to be educational. There's an educational platform underneath all of the fun and all of the stuff that's really happening. So the people who are really paying attention get to see the process, how it works step by step, all the way to the end of the program.
So can this be done through a computer, like someone across the?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we're going to do some stuff with you too.
Right.
But this is most of my work is right here through this computer now.
Okay.
I have a private practice in Beverly Hills, and most of my work.
I'm sorry, I have to reintroduce you again. Everybody, this is Kevin Stone, the Hollywood hypnotist. He's joining us from San Diego, California. Is a special guy that has helped people put away their crutches of smoking, overeating, and aided their weight loss. And he is joining us here on YPX After Hours. Go ahead, Kevin. Wanted to reintroduce you to the newcomers.
Oh, we got some new people. Good. Yeah. So I forgot where we were.
You're about to hypnotize us. No.
You're talking about through the computer. I'm sure.
Through the computer, right.
Yeah.
So this has been most of my work. And now I'm consulting a lot of my colleagues on how to do this, because about 17 years ago, again, my work became world known, international. And so a lot of people are flying in from other countries, and there was a lot of time and a lot of downtime being wasted on office visits, coming in, me driving in. There's a lot of time with that. Like I told you earlier in the program, I'm one to maximize time. We only have 24 hours within a day. And what are we going to do with those 24 hours in that day? And so I don't like downtime. And that's why I ended up going back to school, because again, every time I have downtime, I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm continuing to achieve my highest potential in life. And so what I ended up doing 17 years ago, I started using this technology that everyone is now jumping on board with this COVID-19, and starting to understand the applications of it. And I really think the changes are going to really start to happen when all of the dust settles, and people are going to realize that, wait, I've been ordering online food and necessities. I think I'm going to continue to do that, because it makes my life easier and it maximizes my time.
Sure.
I don't have to get in the car, drag the kids out, go to the grocery store. They can do it right there from online. They can buy. I mean, now the technology, I have friends who are it's just blowing my mind in the car industry. They're selling Mercedes-Benz where people are not even looking at the vehicle. They're doing everything online, and they're delivering all through this technology. And I would imagine that real estate is becoming the same way, because I have a couple of friends in that industry. Well, they have 3D optics that take full camera views of the home and the property, and you never have to leave your own home to go buy a home. And so I think all of this technology is not only going to facilitate, but to continue to progress and help the industry, all industries, for what it is. And I think that's the positive side of this COVID-19 thing that has happened. But like I said, I've been doing this for 17 years. So to me, it's kind of old hat. So now I've become a consultant and helping others to understand how to do the technology, because you'll be surprised. And even if you go to, YouTube or Facebook, you can just click in Zoom or Zoom calls and all that kind of thing, and you'll see all of the goofy and error things that people are doing, which is kind of humorous. But I think all of that will get ironed out eventually, and this will become a way of life for all industries. That's just my opinion for right now. But it's been my way of life for 17 years. I rarely make an office visit any longer unless I really, really need to do that.
Wow.
I never would have thought.
You want to get that question, Chastin? Dustin, how about you bring on a question? We had a question from the audience.
I can see it here.
Go ahead.
Can you elaborate on how hypnotherapy can help someone overcome fear?
Oh, see, these are the easy ones. People concerned about anxiety and fear, and you'd be surprised as well, especially in your industry. As a matter of fact, one of the videos that you'll see if you go to the YouTube channel is me doing the $1 million listing. Was one of the real estate agents. She was terrified. Here's the irony: she was terrified of selling homes. So they called me in. We did a whole episode of getting her. Removing the fear, removing the anxiety, removing the stress, so she could sell this multi-million-dollar home in Los Angeles. And so I hope that answers the question. Hypnosis and fear and anxiety and stress, this is the easy stuff with the applications of hypnosis. Very easily to overcome, and that means snakes, spiders, fear of success, fear of selling homes, fear of whatever it is. The applications of hypnosis are very effective and very, very powerful.
So is it so much as to putting people, and this kind of goes back to a previous question, does it always require putting someone in like a trance? When you think of hypnosis, you think of like that state. It's not that, is it?
Tommy, did you do that again? I was kind of
That was my Undertaker.
That's how I was when I was in Vegas that time. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. And a lot more than that.
But from what I'm understanding, it's not always that.
No, it isn't. In actuality, do you guys feel hypnotized right now?
I had a feeling that I was probably going to be.
What?
That's
a tough question because I feel the same, but in understanding what you're saying, it's quite possible that I could be and not know it.
I'll tell you that. Well, let me let you in on a little $1 million secret. You both, and including the people watching this and the people listening, are already in hypnosis. Because like I've been telling you, we go in and out of it 1,000 times a day, right? It's environmental, it's natural. So what everyone's been doing for the last, 10, 20 minutes or so, you've been listening and focusing in on this program. And not just me, but the host, you two. And so you haven't been thinking about, oh, I got to go do the dishes. Oh, I got to go feed the kids. Oh, I got to go shopping. Oh, I got to go do this after this program. You've been focusing exactly on this information. That is hypnosis in its simplest form.
Amen to that. Yeah. Kevin Stone, the Hollywood hypnotist. Hey, Kevin, will you please make sure that you let our audience know where they can find, where they can purchase your content, where they can contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to my website. All the information is on there. Not just information about me, but what I do. Both companies that I'm in charge of. But you can learn a lot about hypnosis. A lot of free information on there. And the website is very simple to remember. It's hypnotist.com. Simple as that. hypnotist.com. And you can go on there and learn all about hypnosis, how to do it. Then you can click all of the social media links. Go to the YouTube to watch the $1 Million Listing video because it's very specific to this audience, I would think.
I'm going.
Then you can see other videos on there. We talked about children and we talked about hypnotizing a lot of different types of people. And all those videos are on there as well on the YouTube channel. So check all that out. But it's hypnotist.com. So you guys want to try something very quickly?
Sure.
All right. So, and by the way, the viewing audience or the listening audience on this program can do this as well, right? And so when we're done with this particular thing, you can all comment in the comment section and we can get a little bit of feedback on that. Does that sound good, guys?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm not going to officially hypnotize you in a formal way, kind of like what you see on the movies and TV. There's a formal process to getting people in hypnosis, but like I said, you can do it instantly as well. And I'm going to show you some things of how suggestibility works and how environmental hypnosis works. Okay, so everyone now take your hands and put them like this, like you're getting ready to pray. Now fold your fingers down just like this. Good. Now take your two pointing fingers, put them up like this. Now look directly down the center of the two fingers. Don't focus on me. You'll find it starting right now. Those two fingers will start to move in closer and closer together. If there's two magnets on each finger, continue to move in. Pulling and tugging, tugging and pulling, closer, closer now. They will touch. When they do touch, you reach out to your suggestibility. The more you resist them from moving in, the more they will touch, 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 touch. Good. You can relax now, gentlemen and audience. Yeah, relax. There you go. Isn't that powerful stuff right there? That's straight suggestion. Now, I watched Tommy a little bit. He was fighting a little bit. He said, I'm gonna no way. Right? That's direct suggestion, my friends. And a lot of the watching audience, listening audience, I'm sure their fingers came in as well. We did it right. You will write me a check, Tommy, for the amount.
Me too.
So that blows people's minds, right? And it really does, because that's direct suggestion of what's happening. And your mind is picking up the language that I'm giving each individual very quickly, very rapidly. So from that point, I can convert you into that, all that crazy stuff that we see of what we think hypnosis is. But that's just a relaxed state. And in actuality, when you're in a hypnotic state, you're more in control than you are now in this environmental state. So that's how powerful a hypnotic state is.
Wow.
Simply amazing. Audience, YPN, this is Kevin Stone, the Hollywood hypnotist. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
I am humbled to no degree. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for you and your listening audience. For the next, this is airing now? I'm not sure how you guys
we're
do
live.
This. You're live. You're live across Texas and the world, right?
Yeah, whoever's watching.
I love it. I love it. So here's what we're going to do for you guys. For the next 24 hours, after the 24-hour mark, we're going to shut it off. But if you email me directly from the website, hypnotist.com, I'm going to email you a $150 package called self-hypnosis, where you can learn how to take yourself into hypnosis and take yourself out of hypnosis and make some of the changes that you want to do in your life. So if it's sell better real estate, if it's more confidence, if it's self-esteem, if it's better at sports, whatever it is you want to change, you can do that with the applications of the program that I'm going to send you in an MP3 format. But that offer is only good for 24 hours. You have to email me from my website. You have to put in the, not the caption box, but up above in the box. So you're saying to tell me that you're from this particular show. You have to mention the host's name, and then we'll send out the program. 24 hours, it's good for. So whoever's watching this, you get it for 24 hours. $150 program.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask you to come back on in the future and join us. I got to reach back out to you. I'll pick up the phone. I'll call you after sometime here pretty soon.
Yeah. And again, you have a ton of questions because, and even the listening audience is going to have a ton of questions because this stuff is that fascinating, and it is a natural tool that you can utilize in your life to make those changes for whatever it is you want to do. You see, because we're not taught those tools in life, so we need those tools, and this is one of the tools that is very, very powerful and effective that can change your life. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Look at this.
Hypnotist.com. I had to get that in there.
That's probably like $1 million domain right there, by the way. Like,
Absolutely.
How
That's my
long ago did you
retirement
have that?
account. That's my real estate. I tell everybody, that's my real estate. That's how long I've been doing this. I got in early and I understood the media and et cetera, et cetera. But you're absolutely correct, my friend. That's my retirement account right there. Just when I'm finished and done, I sell that domain and I'm good to go.
My goodness.
awesome.
That's
All right.
awesome.
We'll see
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Awesome, gentlemen.
Be
Thank you
safe.
so much. I'm humbled by this experience. Thank you so much. Thanks for spreading the positivity of hypnosis. Again, if anybody needs to get in contact with me, you have more questions, I'm more than happy to discuss anything with you. Yes, I do answer my own emails. Yes, and as Tommy knows, I answer my own phone calls at times too.
You do.
So
Drop that email address again for us. We're gonna put it in the comment section. We want to hear that email address from you one more time.
go right to the website. It's hypnotist.com. You can email me right from the site, and that'll get you to $150 package.
Thank you. Have a good one, Kevin.
Thanks, gentlemen. God bless all of you. Have a great evening.
God bless.